So Premier Ford today in city of Vaughan announced that 50,000 new construction workers will get a new training center with an investment of more than 26 million. Let's see what Premier Ford had said. Question is for Minister Pichni, and you can also add a comment on that.
Okay.
Especially in the Peel region, there are many wage thefts going on by the employers. Minister Pichni, how you make sure that employees or workers, their rights are protected? Because we have seen those protests on the roads because of the wage thefts. Many employers are delaying their wages for months and months. There are many cash job offers. They don't pay checks so that employer don't have to pay the benefits. And labor courts, they are very slow. So that's the reason we see the protest there. What is your plan, Minister Pichni, and how will you tackle this issue of wage thefts? What is your message to those suffering employees and workers? How can you protect their rights?
Well, thank you. I just want to say before I pass to Minister Pichini, we have the toughest labor laws in the entire country. Our job as leaders of the province and of our local communities, and I know Joe and Jack feel the same way, nothing is more important to us than the frontline workers. Without protecting frontline workers, nothing happens. The economy comes to a halt. So we'll do everything we can to make sure our hardworking folks of this province are always protected. I'll pass it over to Minister Pichini.
Thanks, Premier, and thank you for the question. As the Premier mentioned, what does that tough sort of labor code look like? I mean, under this government and our Working for Workers bill, we put in place the highest penalties under the Employment Standards Act for those who withhold wages. We've also implemented a regulatory regime and a licensing framework for temporary help agencies, cracking down on what we've seen there. So that can only happen if you also have inspectors and enforcement, and that's why we've increased the number of inspectors, training through the summer. I've spoken with my ministry about that. We have new inspectors coming out on the roads to make sure that the legislation that exists is actually enforced. And finally, I would say, and why we're here today, is you work with those who take an active interest in training, in taking that young boy or girl who may be susceptible for a cash job and saying, hey, we're going to get you in a training agreement. We're going to get you trained, better training, better job with a bigger paycheck. We're going to tie you up with an employer who is invested in your success. And that's, I mean, we have so many employer contractor partners who are here today who are invested in their employees and the skill sets that they get from good training. So, at a very macro level, that's also what we're doing.
Premier, in terms of the landlord-tenant board, previously you promised that landlords will get the right. If they don't get their rent in 2 months, it will be automatically eviction. Can landlords see that order from you before the term expires?
Yeah, thank you so much. It's ironic you asked me this. I spent an hour with my Attorney General yesterday, just running through the agenda. And I think the pendulum has swung the other way, especially for small landlords. And these poor folks, they save up everything they have. They buy one extra condo or maybe a house, and someone goes in there and they don't pay rent. And then in a lot of cases, these small landlords, I'm not talking the big ones that own 300 apartment buildings or whatever. I'm talking the little mom and pop ones that end up losing their house or losing their condo because they can't pay the mortgage because the people aren't paying rent. And as for the tenants, we have the toughest laws in the country, bar none, to protect tenants. But I think it is, and we'll always do that, but the pendulum has swung, folks. You got to pay rent. Simple as that. You just can't stiff your landlord, especially the small little landlords. It's I get calls every day. So what we're trying to do is expedite the process and make sure we get it through the system as quickly as possible when someone's not paying.
City of Vaughan ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਫੋਰਡ ਨੇ ਅੱਜ ਅਨਾਉਂਸਮੈਂਟ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ 50,000 ਨਵੇਂ ਵਰਕਰਸ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਖੋਲ੍ਹਿਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਲਈ 26 ਮਿਲੀਅਨ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਦੀ ਫੰਡਿੰਗ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਿ ਸਕਿੱਲ ਡਿਵੈਲਪਮੈਂਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫੰਡ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਚੋਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਊਗੀ। ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਫੋਰਡ ਦੀ ਆ ਸਟੇਟਮੈਂਟ।
That's why today I'm so thrilled to announce that as part of our Skills Development Fund capital stream, our government is investing more than $26 million to help LIUNA 183 build a brand new training center right here in Vaughan, which is great. That's amazing. This investment will double the campus's capacity, helping to train almost 50,000 more people for in-demand careers in carpentry, bricklaying, concrete finishing, crane and heavy equipment operation, and so much more. The new center will help workers in Vaughan and throughout the GTHA find better jobs with bigger paychecks for them and their families. It will help attract new investments and help us build the homes, schools, hospitals, highways, and other critical infrastructure that the region needs, that the province needs. Right across Ontario, the $224 million we're investing in this new capital stream will help build the facilities that will give more than 1 million Ontario workers the resources, training, and support they need as we continue working together to build Ontario. And following today's announcement, I'm looking forward to seeing more training centers funded and opened right across our great province. And I can't wait to be back here for the opening of this new center. Thank you all for joining us today, and may God bless the people of Ontario. Thank you so much.
I'm really excited to be here at LIUNA 183 today for this historic announcement. It is a remarkable day in Ontario. Better training, better jobs with bigger paychecks. That is what we are on a mission to do. And why are we doing it? Well, in Ontario alone, we have 190 billion reasons. That is our investment in subways, largest investment in Ontario's history. That is our investment in highways and critical infrastructure. You heard Joe and Jack mention it, from Bradford Bypass to Highway 413. We have to get it right. But this infrastructure, the 50-plus hospitals under construction, the schools under construction, new nuclear, powering a better tomorrow, none of that just appears because we wish it to appear. It appears because men and women get up each and every day to make it happen, to build a better Ontario. And under Premier Ford, our government has an ambitious plan to build that better future. Together with partners, we're training hundreds of thousands of new workers for careers in the trades. But a large share of experienced tradespeople are retiring over the coming years. So you've heard about the need, the incredible building that's happening in the province of Ontario. But we also are losing 1 in 3 tradespeople who are nearing retirement in the coming years. And we must transfer the skill set and expertise from that incredible generation on to the next. And that lies at the heart of what we're doing with the Ontario Skills Development Fund. To date, investing over $1.4 billion to train approximately over 600,000 workers, which includes 92,000 manufacturing workers, 66,000 construction workers, 36,000 PSWs and healthcare workers. Our Skills Development Fund enables us to connect today's students with the golden generation of skilled tradespeople, the people who built this province into what it is today. People like Arthur Clark, a LIUNA member for 36 years. He's a cement finisher who helped build the York University subway line. Thank you for what you've done. Guillermo Bulau, member for 28 years, general laborer who built the Kingston General Hospital and Queen's University, where my wife studied. Mario Cirillo, proud member for 64 years, who built Yonge, Bathurst, and Spadina subway stations. He's seen LIUNA 183 grow to what it is today. 70-plus thousand strong members. We stand on the shoulders of those who came before us. We don't value a society we passively inherit. We value a society we have an active stake in creating, and that's what those members did. For building new housing that families can call home, highways and public transit, connecting us to our communities to be home with our loved ones faster, to clean energy projects, powering a cleaner tomorrow. We have no time to waste in the province of Ontario. And so I'm honored to be here with these champions, these partners. LIUNA has been a remarkable leader, empowering underrepresented groups to take an active stake in that better tomorrow, empowering women to take a better stake. We can't do it, ignoring 50% of our workforce. And they've been remarkable champions for women in construction. Jack, Joe, thank you for your leadership, your partnership,